was like, COVID's filling up the hospitals, blah, blah, blah. But I have a real world thing that just happened and I just got really overwhelmed and emotional for this patient. So I've been checking on him all day and I just found out he went to the emergency room. So I guess last week he had a stroke at home and he, I guess, has some lung issues. So he was really afraid to come in, which I understand. But I started to assess him like with the stroke scale and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, have your friend help me. And we started doing that and he went and got his neighbor and stuff. So we've been assessing him and he's like starting to lose muscle strength and his face got droopy and I was like, we need to get you to the hospital. We don't do this here. And his primary is like, it's up to you where you want to go, if you want to go to the hospital or not. And I'm just like, because I feel really responsible for these patients because they're like super vulnerable and they don't always have advocates. So I always get really nervous. But then he was telling me all this stuff about his lung issues and I'm like, I understand. And he's like thinking like, I'm gonna take some aspirin. And I was like, well, we don't know if it's a hemorrhagic, like a bleeding stroke, or an ischemic, which is like a blockage stroke. So if you have a bleed and you start taking aspirin, you're gonna make it bleed more. It's an antiplatelet aggregate. So like, I see both parts of it. Like I wanted him to come in, but I was scared for him to come in. I didn't want anything to happen to him. He's a cool guy. And I've talked to him multiple times. Like I know who this guy is. And I got an email yesterday saying to call him, and I called and nothing happened. And I finally got him this morning and I kind of was like, if something like this happens, you need to come in. And I was just like kind of getting on him a little bit. And then he started telling me more of his story because I only know his psych stuff. I don't know anything medical. And it was just like, I got really upset. And then I was like, you know what? I see both sides, but I really would like you to come in. And I guess something happened because his friend left me a voicemail and he's like, we're taking them in. He can't walk anymore and he can't talk. So I'm like, okay. And it's like, where do I step in? Because their medical person didn't tell him anything. They said, don't come in. Such a cool guy. Like he calls and just randomly just will talk. Such a weird thing.